At some point, you bought something you didn't need, and you knew it while you were buying it. You felt it. That quiet voice underneath the decision that said, "This isn't really about the object." And you bought it anyway. Not because you're irrational, because something underneath the decision was louder than the logic. That something has a name. Actually, it has 9. These aren't medical disorders. They're behavioral loops that luxury can trigger. Compulsive, invisible, and almost impossible to stop once they start. You'll recognize at least 3, probably more. Number 1. Opulomania. This one barely has a name, but you felt it. It's the need to surround yourself with visible markers of wealth, not for pleasure, for proof. The watch checked not for time, for reassurance. The bag placed on the table, not opened, just placed. The hotel photo posted before you've even unpacked. Opulomania isn't greed. It's what happens when objects are being asked to confirm your worth. And that's why it never ends. Because no object can answer the question it's actually being asked. The question isn't, "Do I have this?" The question is, "Am I enough?" A bag cannot answer that. So you get another one. Number 2. Affluenza. You've heard the word, but most people use it wrong. Affluenza isn't about having too much money. It's about the emptiness that follows getting what you thought would fix something. You finally get the car. For 3 days, you feel it. Then nothing. So you move the target. Next level, next piece, next proof. Here's what's happening neurologically. Anticipation activates the brain's reward circuits intensely. Sometimes more intensely than the possession itself. The moment you own it, the signal drops, and your brain starts scanning for the next hit. That's affluenza. And what makes it dangerous is that it always sounds rational going in. This one makes sense. This one is different. This one I actually need. That isn't logic. That's the loop talking. Number 3. Status dysmorphia. You have more than most people on Earth, and you still feel behind. That's status dysmorphia. A calibration error in the brain's social ranking system, where your reference point is so distorted that reality no longer registers correctly. The comparison isn't happening against the global population. It's happening against the top 1% of your social feed. Carefully curated, perfectly lit, professionally edited. And against that filter, you will always lose. That's why this one feels so quiet and so constant. Nothing is technically wrong, but everything feels slightly below where it should be. And luxury marketing is built entirely on that feeling. Its job is to make you notice the gap, then hand you a product that claims to close it. It never closes. That isn't a flaw in the system. That is the system. Number 4. Luxury withdrawal. Think about the last time you couldn't afford something you wanted. Not needed, wanted. There's a specific discomfort that follows. Not sadness. Closer to irritability. A restless sense that something was taken from you, even if you never had it. That's luxury withdrawal. The brain treats blocked access like deprivation, like a threat, like something that now has to be corrected. And once that feeling starts, something dangerous happens. Want starts feeling like need. So you justify the purchase. You build the logic. You explain it to yourself in a calm, reasonable voice. But by then, the body already made the decision. The logic just arrives later to defend it. Number 5. The Waitlist Effect. You can't have it now. You have to wait. You have to qualify. You have to be approved. And the moment that happens, the object changes. Not physically, psychologically. It doesn't become more beautiful, it becomes more necessary. Psychologists call this reactance, the brain's automatic response to restricted access. Take something away, desire spikes. Make it hard to get, and people start obsessing over things they barely cared about before. The waitlist isn't a supply problem, it's a desire engine. It takes mild interest and turns it into obsession by saying 2 words, "Not yet." And once you're on the list, you're not waiting for the object. You're waiting for the version of yourself you imagine holding it. That version doesn't exist yet. It won't exist after the purchase either. But the wait makes you believe it will. That's the mechanism. Number 6. Status relief. Status anxiety doesn't always feel like wanting more. Sometimes it just feels like being seen without protection, like standing in the room without armor. Status relief is the exhale when you finally acquire the thing that removes that feeling. Everyone at the table has something. You didn't. Now you do. And for a moment, your entire system relaxes. Not because you're happy, because you're no longer exposed. That difference matters enormously. Pleasure fades slowly. Pain relief fades fast. And status relief is pain relief, which means the need comes back harder. The threshold moves. The table changes. The people around you upgrade. And within days, you're back where you started. Scanning. Calculating. Looking for the next piece of armor. Number 7. Sudden wealth syndrome. Your money changed. Your identity didn't. That gap between what you have and who you feel like is unbearable. So you spend to close it. Fast. Loudly. Visibly. Not because you're reckless, because you're constructing. Building in real time a visible identity that matches the invisible number. The objects are architecture. The spending isn't celebration, it's stabilization. But it rarely stabilizes. It just moves the discomfort. First, you feel like an imposter around money, then around taste, then around status, then around belonging. The syndrome doesn't end after the first purchase. It just changes shape. Number 8. Oniomania. In the luxury space, this one hides well, because it doesn't look like a disorder. It looks like connoisseurship. You don't buy everything. You buy inside a category. Watches, bags, cars, shoes, pens. And inside that category, the internal logic feels perfect. This completes the collection. This is the missing piece. This is the last one. It is never the last one. Because in the luxury space, Oniomania isn't about the objects. It's about the ritual of acquisition, the search, the research, the decision, the purchase, the tracking, the arrival. That loop is what the brain starts craving. The object is almost incidental. It's the excuse to run the sequence again. From the outside, it looks like expertise, taste, discernment. Underneath, it's a compulsion wearing a very elegant coat. Number 9. The Exclusivity Trap. This one contains all the others. Because exclusivity doesn't just trigger desire, it triggers belonging. Being inside something most people cannot access feels like proof, like safety, like identity. And for a moment, it works. You're in. The rope is behind you. Your nervous system reads that as safe. But here's what the trap does over time. The more you chase exclusivity, the more your entire identity depends on maintaining access. You stop being a person who enjoys beautiful things. You become a person who needs to be in the group that has them. And groups can always tighten the criteria. What got you in last year might not be enough next year. The brand raises the threshold. The circle gets smaller. And you find yourself working, not towards something you love, but away from the fear of being left outside. You entered looking for acceptance. Now you're trapped performing it. That's not desire anymore. That's captivity with a good aesthetic. So here's what all 9 have in common. None of them are about the product. Not one. They're about what the product is being asked to do. Prove something. Confirm something. Relieve something. Stabilize something. Fix something that no object was ever designed to fix. The object arrives. The feeling fades. The loop resets. And you find yourself again at the beginning, looking again, wanting again, believing again. That's not weakness. That's wiring. The question was never what you want. The real question is, what are you asking it to do for you? And has it ever actually done it? You recognized something in this. I know you did. Which number? Leave it in the comments. Just the number.
Save this and share it with someone who needs to hear this.